It's kind of funny sometimes why people say the things they say. We talked about YouTube. Posted stuff on YouTube. And he told me, you know, it's for entertainment. You know, sometimes it kind of goes back to like what I said in an earlier video, how these guys will talk about what they're thinking about you, their passive aggressive ways, and you can feel it. You usually feel it. You'll get a headache after they leave. He was the guy also did a lot of weirdo stuff with his, hands and signaling his little circle jerk club that he's in. And I even told him, I told him, I said, man, I usually disable the comments on my channel. And I was like, when you got a channel like mine, I was like, most people don't have something nice to say. And I said, and to be honest, I'd rather just disable it because I really don't care what they think. And I'd rather that than have a bunch of comments that are designed to spark argument to take away from the point of the message. Because that's what those arguments are designed for. When you get, hecklers and stuff like that on your comments, it's one thing just to see people, have conversation. But you got to understand, guys, when you're talking about the things I'm talking about, there very much are people that want you to not talk about it. And they will do a lot of weird things to take the attention away from the point of the messages. Especially when it involves exposing the pedophile ring. The biggest pedophile ring in America. With a capital G. The one in every hometown. So yeah. You'd be surprised how many people there are that are willing to just throw you off course. Guys, I've been doing this for like 4 months. I've got, I don't know, treading up to 900 videos. Y'all think I'm gonna quit? Does it look like it? And it reminds me, I need to do a shout out. I got 51 subscribers. Thanks, guys. For the folks who've been listening, checking me out. Thanks. It's really something. My intention of this channel, wasn't to become famous. YouTube famous. That isn't what I intended with this. That's not what I was meaning to do. I don't have a craving for the attention like that. I just have a story I'm trying to get out. I want to help people. Show that an example that, hey, things can turn around for you. Even if you come from a bad beginning, a dark upbringing, that things can turn around when we change, when we grow, heal, connect to God. But I have other objectives that I want to get fulfilled with this channel too, A lot of it kind of falls under the same boat. I like teaching the spirituality, but teaching the spirituality, especially the path that I was on, in itself naturally exposes the wicked deeds of that Masonic cult, of the pedophile ring. In my story, I can't do it without doing it. I can't do one without the other. You know, so if somebody's like, well, why don't you just talk about this? And it's like, well, that's not important to me. You know, I'm not here to just entertain people. That's not what I want to do. If I wanted to just entertain people, then I would talk about chemtrails or whatever else is you know, approved by the mainstream overseers, and I'd probably have thousands of subscribers and a lot of other people, you know, liking my stuff, and I'd have my comments activated because I'd care about clout and what people thought. But I don't care about that. I care about helping people, and I care about getting the truth and the word out. Also, another objective that I wanted to do with this channel was to defend myself from a smear campaign. I've already told y'all my story about how, you know, we got targeted. I got targeted. And is it a surprise? A big part of it's because of the things I witnessed as a child growing up. What I know about what those boys do behind those closed doors and the curtains and the blacked out windows of those lodges. So yeah, quite naturally, I get targeted. Because the knowledge I have up here, the things I've witnessed, yeah, could incriminate a lot of people. Especially if there was some people to corroborate. Which there is. There's others. So yeah, this was a way to present myself. Share my side of the story. Because believe it or not, guys, if I would have just stayed silent, stayed in hermit mode, I probably would have got snuffed out. And the whole town would have said, good riddance. Which is what they want. So if you're going through a smear campaign, don't be afraid to show yourself. Present yourself online. Yeah, you can expect to get shadow banned and they're going to try to silence you, but just keep going. Keep going. In a way, I'm trying to teach people how to overcome the psychological warfare that you will experience if you've grown up through MK Ultra programming. If you've gone through, if you have been a part of an MK Ultra family that is tied with the secret society and the occult. Because it's very much a real thing. And there's people that need some help. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to show some examples of how to deal with it, how to combat it safely. So, you know, in a response, some things aren't about entertainment. Higher things aren't about entertainment. A fool needs to be entertained. Well, y'all enjoy the rest of the evening. I'll see y'all Monday.